Understanding the content production process means that you can have better working relationships with some of your suppliers. And in other cases, it could mean that if you're a DIY person, you're doing the right thing at the right time, especially if you're spending a lot of time towards this type of thing. So whether it's videos, photos, or a bit of graphic design work that you're doing, I'm gonna share some of the areas that you should be focusing in on and what you should be understanding about the process. So there's 4 key stages. They're pre-production, production, post-production, and finally revisions. Pre-production. So pre-production is all about planning for the specific bit of content that you're working on. In the case of a video, it's first coming in with strategy. You can't get into pre-production without strategy. You need to know what it is that your content's trying to do. Usually it's to grab people's attention, then to retain their attention, and then to have them take some sort of action. And in pre-production, what you're looking at is things like what should you be filming, what people should be interviewed, what questions you're asking in the interviews, or if you're a thought leader, what points you're going to be talking on. So whatever it is that you need to plan for, specific for a bit of content, that's usually what you're doing. And the goal of pre-production is to have some sort of a plan of what it is that you're going to be doing as far as gathering all the bits and pieces of information you need for your content, and also what it is that you're going to be doing to make sure that it's in line with your strategy and ultimately achieving your goal. Production is all about following and executing the pre-production plan. So if it's a case of a video that you're doing, what you'd be looking at is using your cameras and lights, and if you're working with a supplier, they'll have some really good equipment and everything like that. So what you'll be doing is following the pre-production plan, doing all the interviews, filming all the B-roll footage, and then maybe you've got some voiceovers and things like that that's meant to be in the video. You'll be getting all this done. In the post-production is all about bringing all that content, all those assets that you gathered in production together, and then following the pre-production plan and even the strategy that you have for the content to make sure that it all flows and you get a final product that's usable in your marketing. In a lot of cases, what you're dealing with is editors and graphic designers and people like this, in making sure that the content is ultimately polished and it represents your brand well, and it sticks to the time, it sticks to some of the goals that you've got and everything along the lines of that. Revisions is all about making sure that the content is achieving the goal. So from post-production, you'll have a product that you can look at, whether it's the final image or the final video, maybe it's the final design. And what you're basically doing in revisions is kind of auditing the content to make sure that it's in line with the strategy and everything in pre-production was followed. And what you could be doing right after revisions is basically distributing the content, and this goes into back into following your marketing strategy and everything along the lines of that. I hope this was helpful. Just to recap, the 4 key stages are pre-production, where you plan for everything and follow the strategy. Production is all about gathering all the content and assets that you need for the video. And post-production is all about making sure that the content comes together into a final product that you can use in your marketing. Revisions is all about revising and making sure that the content is in line with the strategy. It's kind of like doing a bit of an audit on the content. And then finally, you can move into following the rest of your strategy, which is distributing the content and then analyzing it and everything along the lines of that. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you're looking at doing more of this content and everything like that, definitely stay tuned to some of the videos that I'm making. Also, if you're in the space of trying to understand how content marketing could work for your business, definitely reach out to our team, because we're doing a couple of free content marketing strategy sessions. So it would be awesome to have a bit of a chat with you. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome day. Take care. Bye.